Greetings everyone and welcome back to the channel. Huge news for XRP holders. The SEC lawsuit against Ripple is officially over. The SEC will drop its appeal, and that's light at the end of the tunnel for XRP holders. And in this video we're going to be watching some of the highlights from Brad Garlinghouse himself. Not going to play the whole video, but some of the key elements. I'm going to also show you the XRP charts, and I'm going to tell you what I believe to be next for XRP and why I believe we haven't seen a massive move so far. But there's a reason for that, which I'm going to break down by the end of the video. Now let's watch what Brad Garlinghouse just said.
I'm finally able to announce that this case has ended. It's over. Sitting here today and reflecting on 4 years ago, it seems very clear to me that this case was doomed from the start. In so many ways, it was the first major shot fired in the war on crypto. I truly felt like I knew then that Ripple was not only on the right side of the law, but I felt that we were also going to be proven to be on the right side of history.
It really, I think, sends an ominous sign for innovation around cryptocurrency in the United States. Picking winners in general has not been something the U.S. government should be in the business of doing.
I think the judge realizes this is not just about Ripple. This will have broader implications.
As Mary Jo White, the former head of the SEC, has said publicly that she views this as a dead wrong, and the SEC is dead wrong on this decision.
Ripple is the first company with the resources, determination, and grit to fight back against the agency's overreach. And today, this journey finally concludes. Today is a victory and a long overdue surrender by the SEC.
Today's victory for me is more symbolic. We XRP holders, the people who believed on this ecosystem and beyond just believe, we understood. We have been saying from day one that this was a political theater and that XRP was never a security in first hand. But for me, it's like drawing a timeline, and you can make a division and you can set before the SEC lawsuit and after the SEC lawsuit. For me, that's green light for nations and financial institutions to adopt the digital asset XRP as a neutral bridge currency, and that enables an ocean of ETFs, and that includes the BlackRocks, the Grayscales. I truly believe that every single major institution wants to put their hands on XRP. So today's victory was a division on the timeline. I know that we already knew the outcome, and I think that's reflecting on the charts. Well, the major milestone was that XRP was never a security on the first hand. Well, the major announcement was always surrounding XRP to be a security or not. And if you remember well, when we had the confirmation that XRP was not a security, we were just at 50 cents, we had a pump on price, and then it retraced all the way back to 50 or 60 cents. That shows that number one, speculation doesn't move price. That was a speculative pump. It was not because of high demand, it was just merely because of speculation. And I think right now we are at the verge of an intersection between institutional adoption and speculation. So I do think we can see $10 in the next months to come. However, what I would be paying attention right now on XRP chart is the volume, right? And I have been calling always for the volume. And you can see here that when XRP was at $3, and even before that, when we were at almost $3.40, we had significant more volume than we have today. So until this doesn't change, I don't think we're going to have substantial price action. Well, this image here gives you an idea of how low the volume is currently, and that goes for the whole crypto markets. So that's why we don't see a huge spike in price. That doesn't mean that price will not appreciate. Most institutions were positioning themselves and also the insiders. However, we know that's a highly manipulated market, so it's very likely that insiders already got information, and of course, probably they were buying below $2 because they already knew that we would have major news ahead. So it makes sense that we didn't have that much of price action today because everyone was expecting a massive spike in price. Therefore, you had all the derivatives markets, people opening massive long positions on XRP. And as you could see, price was going up, going down, liquidating some long positions, and at the same time, liquidating short positions. So the lesson here is that we should not be focusing on today's price action, but we should be watching for the broader perspective. Countless ETFs are coming on the horizon. XRP sits as the first and only regulated digital asset in the United States and in the entire crypto industry. So the SEC lawsuit was necessary It was mandatory that XRP would go through this process, which was painful, in order to be adopted by financial institutions. So I think that's the big idea that I want to pass on, that you should not be focusing on the charts of the last 24 hours, because the markets are highly manipulated, especially if you are a trader, but focus on the long-term perspective. Just in the last 3-4 months, we are up 500%, at some point 600+%. So be patient, our time's coming. I am 100% convinced this year will be life-changing for XRP holders. I think that's going to be where we're going to draw the line and dominate not only the cross-border markets payments, but also the derivatives market. And that's the key for XRP's price action, not the end of the SEC lawsuit and the speculation that surrounds it, but the broader perspective and the utility market. That for me is the key for price appreciation. And at $10, I'm going to see you guys in Mykonos. So I'm going to see you there. Drop your name to the guest list. Thank you, everyone. Dom.